Welcome back to The Insider. Sunday on television is another episode of Showtime's hit series Dexter about the life of a serial killer. Now that is fiction, but tonight The Insider is with one real-life reporter and Hollywood actress who makes her living meeting and investigating serial killers.
Yeah, her name is Victoria Redstall, and she is obsessed with serial killers, no question about it. The investigative journalist sat down with some of the most evil men on the planet. And some say sometimes she gets a little too close.
The mindset of a serial killer is just the most bizarre in the world. Tell me how you killed him.
It's like all the murders were different, like I said.
When you go in to sit down with one of those serial killers, what's it like? Do you feel something around that person? You're like, oh my gosh, I see the evil in you.
I haven't sensed so much evil in their eyes, but what I've seen in a couple of them is complete ice, just coldness, just blank. Like there's really nothing going on behind the eyes.
Face to face with a monster, going where most people would be too terrified to tread. A beautiful young woman with a strange fascination for what makes serial killers kill.
Do you ever feel like you're in danger?
You know, I try to be, it's very, very hard to compartmentalize when the details are so specific, or the chopping up of a human body.
The last guy I killed, I smashed his head in with a stone. I just knew at that time that my life was over with.
But investigative reporter and part-time actress Victoria Redstall, who's spoken with many serial killers, doesn't limit herself to prison interviews. After getting to know the killers, she often goes to the scene of their crimes and with their help, looks for gruesome clues.
He carried the body parts here when he was about to turn himself in.
If not, you're not going to find it anyway. But if you find something, dig under it and see if you can find what you're looking for. If it's a head.
Redstall has compiled her frightening interviews in a new book, Serial Killers Up Close and Very Personal, on shelves this November.
What is it that most of these serial killers have in common?
From my experience, what they all have in common is that they've had neglect, abandonment, and a lot of abuse in their childhood. And a lot of them have had brain injuries later on in life. And the lethal cocktail of all those components can, not always, but can form a serial killer.
Now, Victoria has also befriended the alleged grim sleeper killer, a guy named Lonnie Franklin. And she said that often when she sits down with Lonnie to talk, Lonnie tells about his new young friend, Redmond O'Neill, at the jail.
Because they're behind bars
They're
at the
both
same place.
behind bars at the same place. That's according to Victoria.
All right, we're going to turn to this now. Before you see it,